Hello, Punderful. Thank you for redeeming my one redeem that I have. Actually, no, I think I have more redeems now, don't I? I actually added some more. Yeah, I'm already kind of tired. This might be a bad idea. I had a long day at work with lots of thinking and having to interact with people. So we'll see. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm really tired. So yeah, I think in the interest of not ending up getting exhausted, I'm going to try and start as soon as possible. Is the audio all okay? I didn't actually do my usual check of my mic levels because I think I might have finally stopped my microphone from randomly changing its volume settings. Touch wood. So hubris meant that I've just assumed audio is fine. Okay, fantastic. With that in mind, I will just get started. So I did today actually check if today is a notable day for any particular reason, and the best candidate I found for why November the 19th is relevant is because today is Jodie Foster's birthday, and I really like Jodie Foster. I think she's a fantastic actress. So I don't think we'll be able to fit Jodie and Foster, but we can be Jodie today. We'll be Jodie in honor of her. Obviously one of the things that she's most well known for is Silence of the Lambs, where she's spectacular. But the thing I saw her in most recently, where I was overjoyed to see her because I was under the impression that she'd retired from acting and was focusing on directing, was what's it called? True Detective. The latest season of True Detective. At least I think it's the latest. The latest one I saw, at least. Okay, let me write this down. GTG key. Kiri shop for 145. We also have... Oh, Kajira. I'll just buy Kajira right now. Oh, and we have a cheap rupee. Amazing. We'll get a refill. And do we have anything else? We want to buy a stick. I'll make a note of this tunic. Okay. Apparently it's International Men's Day at my place of work. And my place of work gave us men each a cookie and a fancy pen. Nice! What kind of cookie? Was it like a big cookie? Also, how fancy pen are we talking? Because I know that when it comes to pens, you can spend obscene amounts of money. I'm assuming it wasn't, very fancy fountain pen level of fancy. But maybe like, I don't know, a ballpoint with a really satisfying click, That's always good. grab a few sticks. Okay. But yeah, so she's in, Jodie Foster is in True Detective, and she was really, really good in it, and it was a good show. Well, the season of it, at least, was a good season of a good show. I enjoyed it. Fancy in a way where it has multiple functions. Oh! So it's a pen and also a prison shiv. Bottom of the well, small key, and how I feel. I will write that down. And also... Okay. Or is it one of those pens where there's like multiple colours? I remember those being like fascinating to me when I was a kid, of like, it's a single pen, but depending on which button you press, you can have different colours of ink. And certain colours of ink always felt like, you know, kind of special. Like, red was for teachers marking your homework kind of thing, you know? I never really found a scenario in which green ink felt appropriate. Bigoran is a GCG key. Okay, I will also write that down, because you never know when you might need a bunch of GCG keys. Okay. It has a built-in ruler, level, touchscreen point, and one ink replacer. Well, that is actually pretty fancy. Although it does kind of make me wonder, if your pen has a built-in ruler, what do you like? You can't use the pen and the pen as a ruler at the same time, right? Like it can't draw on itself, kind of thing. Okay, fire is a Deku. I'm realizing, because I'm heavily out of practice when it comes to streaming, that my ability to play the game and talk at the same time is somewhat stunted. I'll need to build that ability back up. Part of it, I think, is that I am, as I mentioned, quite tired, and so just concentrating generally is hard. I also made the possibly questionable choice to not eat before stream, because I had quite a late lunch, and like a relatively big lunch as well. So I'm hoping that'll carry me through. And it's also, I mean, it's not actually dinner time for me. Yeah, I tend to normally I'll eat at like 6 or 7, and it's just about 6 now. So it felt a bit early to eat before stream. Oh, another bottom of the wall key. Well, not another. A bottom of the wall key, and we know where another one is. Good for measuring your patience. I feel like I'm quite a patient person, generally speaking. Like, or I don't know. I guess there's different types of patience, right? There's the patience of, like, can you just sit in an empty room and entertain yourself and not go mental? That's one kind of patience. And there's also the patience of, like, can you put up with someone being a dick? And I think my patience for, like, tolerating boredom, I think, is very high. Because I have little games I like to play with myself in my brain when I'm, like, you know, sat in a waiting room or something like that. But my tolerance for people being irritating, I think, is maybe kind of low. I've had to deal with a little bit of that recently. People being frustrating. Not at work, thankfully. My work has been pretty good. In fact, I had a really, really positive interaction today at work. I demonstrated good communication skills in front of my manager as well, no less, which I'm sure will look good on me. Managed to I made a suggestion we have like some like contractors who work for us. Basically, they do like kind of like grunt work of writing code. Like there'll be some code stuff that none of us particularly want to do because it's tedious and just kind of you know, monotonous, and doesn't require a huge amount of skill and understanding. It's mostly just kind of like copying what's already been done in a slightly different way. And so we employ some contractors to kind of do that work for us. The problem is that they'll finish the thing they're working on and put the code up for review, and it'll be like literally 7,000 lines of code to review, which is too many lines of code to review. And so I made the suggestion, oh, what if you break it up a bit? And so instead of it being one 7,000 line change request, it's like 5 much smaller ones. And the initial response was, oh, I don't think that doesn't sound like a great idea to me, and here's a list of potential problems with it, and blah blah blah. And I carefully and thoughtfully responded to all of his concerns and made a request to like, hey, can we try it out and see if it works? And he said, yeah, sure, we can try it out. And so I managed to do a good communication and get a compromise. So feeling pretty good about that. I tend to internally play questions only to pass the time once in a while. What's questions only? And yes, pin the boring coding on the well, not interns, but contractors. So like, in theory, like, you know, fully paid up, fully qualified software engineers, they just work for a contracting firm. So they have like good broad skills, but they lack the kind of the in-depth skills that would make them employers of like my company, where they'd have to have like very specific knowledge of stuff. Okay, our first Triforce piece. I'm going to buy the shield first, because I know I'll definitely need it right now. Questions Only is a classic game played on Whose Line Is... Oh, okay. I have not seen Whose Line for so long. I'm sure I would recognise the format if I saw a round of Questions Only, but right now I can't bring it to mind. This is Child Bazaar. 185, okay. I'll actually check, are these cheap? Because if they're cheap, I'll buy them. No, they're not. I used to really enjoy watching I used to watch the British Whose Line, which is slightly different from the American Whose Line, although both had a lot of Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery on them, which is always great. I learned that apparently Ryan Stiles has like a debilitating fear of flying, and so he would like like go from America to the UK and then spend as long as possible, so that he didn't have to fly back. Ooh, a bottle. Bottle early is really good. Wait, no, that goes there. Okay, let me grab more rupees, then we can go and do castle. Make sure to grab some bugs, then I can do night market, and then we'll off to adult. If I don't find a shield for child, then there's like I definitely want to go to adult as soon as possible. Actually, speaking of Whose Line, or at least the British Whose Line, I had a nice little nostalgia hit the other day. I got into the habit of going for a walk around the park near my house, or like a couple of laps after work each day to try and get some exercise and like leave the house occasionally. And I've made it enough of a habit now that I actively want to do it, and I feel like uncomfortable if I don't, because I'm the kind of neurodivergent where once I have a routine, it upsets me if I break my routine. So the trick is just make something routine, and then I will keep doing it. And so, yeah, I was walking around the park, and I tend to like to... Oh yeah, I don't have shield. I tend to like to listen to podcasts when I do that. And one of the podcasts that I like to listen to is, I guess strictly speaking, it's not actually a podcast. It's a show on BBC Radio 4, and it's called Just a Minute. And the premise of the show, this is a show that's been running for decades. The premise of the show is you get various like comedians, the standard kind of British panel show crowd, right? Those types of people. And they're given a subject, and they have to talk about that subject for 60 seconds, so just a minute, without deviating, hesitating, or without deviation, hesitation, or repetition is the way they always phrase it. And so you can't repeat anything, basically. You can't repeat any words in your 60 seconds of talking. You can't deviate from the topic at hand, and you can't hesitate. So there's no ums, no ahs, no pauses. And so naturally, surprisingly difficult. Like if you try and talk for 60 seconds about something without pausing or saying or ah or repeating yourself in any way, it's very difficult, and it's a very funny show. I really enjoy it. The people they have on it are some of them are like very good at it, like they played the game a lot, and so they like occasionally someone will just do a full 60 seconds without any kind of problem, and they'll get like a standing ovation from the crowd. And the way that it's a game is if you do deviate or hesitate or repeat yourself, then the other 3 panelists on the show can like buzz in, and then they get to take the subject with whatever remaining time is left. And so if you catch someone repeating themselves when there's 3 seconds left on the subject, then you get a point for a correct challenge, and you also get a point because you're going to spend those 3 seconds not repeating yourself or hesitating, and then you win. So it's one of the it's in a similar vein to Whose Line Is It Anyway. There are points, but the points don't matter. Like technically there is a winner at the end, but that's not the purpose of the exercise. The purpose of the exercise is for everyone to have fun. And so, to get back to the thing that I was originally going to try and say, I was listening to that podcast, or that show, and who should pop up on it but Josie Lawrence, who is a staple of the British Whose Line, who I hadn't thought of or seen since, 20 years ago, when I was watching Whose Line as a student. Okay, we've got Greg at the Chew Shop for 165, and we've also got a Triforce piece at the Chew Shop for 160. Okay. Sounds like extemporaneous speech. I competed in that in high school. It may well be like it's. I think that like the concept is not novel to or like not unique to this BBC4 show, but the specific format, because it's been going for so long. There's lots of sort of rituals and routines and stuff that have been baked into the show now. So certain it in the same way that like British pantomime has a very set format that everyone knows and joins in and enjoys themselves. Okay, we've got a spirit key at Water Temple. Oh, you recognise Josie? Oh, she was in a couple of the US. I see, because I haven't really watched the US version. I don't know how much overlap there is between the guests. Like I know Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery were like heavily featured on both, but I didn't know how many of the people who I thought of as like the UK crowd ended up on the US show. So it's cool that she was on a few episodes of it. Okay, we have a Triforce at Nocturne, and we have GTG key at Water. Okay, so I guess I kind of... Well, that's 2 keys I know of in Water Temple, so I probably should try to go to Water Temple. I'll have to find it first. I definitely recommend finding some US clips, many iconic moments. I've seen lots of like bits of it here and there on the internet. I feel like it's one of those things similar to the US version of The Office. It's not really possible to exist on the internet without being exposed to it. Like I didn't actively watch. My parents watched The Office when I was younger, and I would be in the room when it was on, so I was heavily exposed to the UK Office. And the US Office is so different. Like it's effectively a different show, even though the kind of the bones of it are kind of the same. So it's like, I think I definitely, when I was younger, I quite a lot of hostility to the idea of anyone remaking anything that was even slightly different from the original, because I hadn't quite realised that it's possible to remake something and make it different and better, or different and good in its own way. That like just because you change something doesn't mean you've made it worse. Oh crap, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't even get to see what the item was. Let's try that again. I think I'm trying to think what my my like realization moment was, and I think I know what it is. So before I became a fan of Wes Anderson movies, Wes Anderson made Fantastic Mr. Fox, and all I really knew about Fantastic Mr. Fox was that it was a remake, well, it was an adaptation of a very British book that I loved as a child, and that all the characters were American and they changed a bunch of stuff, and so I hated it on principle. Like, how dare they take this thing that I'm familiar with and change it in any way? It's going to be terrible. And then I watched other Wes Anderson movies and realised, oh, Wes Anderson's a fantastic director and I really love his stuff. Maybe I should watch Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I watched it and I understood, finally, I think, that Yeah, you can change something and it can be good. You can change something and it can be better. I think the best example of that I can think of off the top of my head is the Iron Giant, because I read the book that it's based on, the Iron Man, when I was in primary school, and I quite enjoyed it. It's like, you know, it's a fairly famous sci-fi kind of book, and then I remember seeing on a I think it was on a VHS tape of some Disney movie, where, you know, they'd have like the, if you enjoyed this movie, why not try watching these other movies bit before the actual main movie, like the kind of the trailers almost. And they had a bit for the Iron Giant, and again, it was American, and they changed stuff, and I hated it. And then when I finally watched the Iron Giant, after I'd finished like wiping the tears out of my eyes at how beautiful a movie it was, it was another realization of, yeah, this one, they definitely made it better than the original. Okay, we've got a water key. 40 skulls. Hopefully we won't need that, because 40 skulls is rather a lot. Ganna's Castle, small key at 30. Again, hopefully we don't need that. It's unlikely we will. There's only one check that's behind the Ganna's Castle key. Item map, don't care, and 10 skulls is an odd potion, which we do care about. So let me write that down. I've written off potion in my notes because I wasn't paying attention, but that's fine. I know what I meant. I used to take so much more care over my my randomizer notes, but then I realized I'm the only person who's reading them. Like I'm not writing technical documentation for someone else to read and understand. Like, as long as I know what I mean, it's fine. And so now they're just full of typos and abbreviations that wouldn't make sense to anybody else, which is fine because I'm the only one looking at them. Okay, where's Hookshot? Shadow Temple. That's, well, depending on where Shadow Temple entrance is. That could be pretty bad. I guess that's kind of bad regardless, because just to get into Shadow, once you're in Shadow Temple, to get past the first big hole in the floor, I'm either going to need hover boots, or I'm going to need to do a mega flip, which I'm very bad at. Like, that specific mega flip I'm really bad at. So this might end up being a seed where we don't find a hookshot for a long time. Okay, that's a blue rupee, we don't care. Let me grab some nuts. Oh, I accidentally got ISG. That's fun. I'm guessing that's the kind of thing that speedrunners would factor into their routes of, like, I need to get ISG in an area, and I know that if I like pick up this item, it'll interrupt my stab, and so I can use that to get ISG. Okay, can we get a nice clean Nampe erase? Nope. Of course not. I feel like Damper Race is one of those things where, like, if I was a speedrunner, I would care about getting better at it, because, you know, you want to... It's not difficult to get a fast Dampe time, really. Like, you just gotta kind of get good. But all I really care about is, can I do it in under a minute? And yes, I can. Unless things go, like, catastrophically wrong, I can always do it in under a minute. And so I don't really care that much about getting faster at it. That's my excuse. Ooh, an Ocarina, that's also really good. I put that there. That means... What does that mean? That means I don't have to do Ocarina items even once. Probably. I guess there's scenarios in which I might still want to do Ocarina items. But I love an early Ocarina. Okay, so... Right, yeah, we're on our way to Goron City via some other places. Oh, I can do both checks at the windmill on my first visit, which is nice. I won't bother with that piece of heart. I'm sure I'll find others along the way. You have a heart container. Okay, cool. So we got plenty of health. Oh, I thought I wasn't going to make that. I jumped off at a bit of a weird angle. Okay, Count House is junk because we don't need a second bottle. I'll write that down. So actually, I won't bother writing it down because I tend to just assume Count House is junk. So if it's not in my notes as explicitly good, I will just not bother doing it. Especially in a Triforce Hunt seed where, like, I will not need to be doing absolutely every single check. The whole point of the settings I'm using is that in theory, because there are 40 pieces of Triforce and I need to find 20 of them, I need to find, I need to check half the checks on average. So I can skip half the checks and still be able to finish the seed. So I see that there's a hook shot there, but it's not, it's a fake hook shot, okay. I was teased. And I know I need sculpture tokens, so I will buy that. And I don't need to buy the Ocarina because it's junk. The Ocarina of Time is actually a worthless item. Once you have a regular Ocarina, the Ocarina of Time does absolutely nothing. Even in the vanilla game, like, you don't need the Ocarina of Time to open the door of time. If somehow you can get the Song of Time and still have the fairy Ocarina, then that works. You play that at the pedestal and you get the door of time to open. Like, the game doesn't actually check which Ocarina you have. Okay, so I want to try and be quick with this sculpture token here. Okay, that was about as quick as I can do it, I think, without some faster way of killing the skull than a spin. Okay, I don't have very much money, so I might pop into Lost Woods real quick and kill Skull Kid to get my wallet full. Because I'm going to want to go to the shop. Oops. I mean, I guess I could farm rupees in Darunia's room. That would probably be quicker, thinking about it, so I'll do that. I do not think that's a good deal. 200 rupees is steep. Okay, we don't care about that. Now we have to wait. If you're really, I guess if I skipped the sculpture in the middle, came down and immediately got QPA, and got QPA first try, then I could save some time on this Goron, I think. But that's tricky. And then I have to go back for the sculpture anyway, so it's probably, the way I'm doing it is probably fine. It's only a matter of a few seconds. Okay, so do we have anything worthwhile in this shop? We have a piece of Triforce for 155. I will write that down. And we have a bottle of the fish for 115. Oh, and how much is that skull token? 180. Okay. A second bottle can be nice. Like, if I have to do Ice Cavern, a second bottle saves a little bit of time. I'd have to go back and forth quite so much. But it's not, like, it's not worth writing down in my notes. I'm not going to be coming back to pick up that bottle at some point. Like, you know, if I have the rupees and I happen to walk past, sure, I'll get it. But it's not worth going out of my way for. Oh, and I have a decent amount of health, so I can actually not take my time exactly, but I don't need to rush through Death Mountain Crater, which is always nice. So, 20 more rupees just to fill myself up, because I'm going to be going down to the Bazaar once I'm done here for a bit more shopping. Couldn't quite make out what was on top of the volcano. I'll get a better view of it in a second. Afro, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Oh, that's a huge rupee. Okay. Don't need to write that down. I can't get that, but I can probably get this. It's a piece of Triforce. Okay, do I have enough time to get out of here before I burn to death? I think I probably do. Though Link is not the fastest climber. Gonna be looking for a bit with late work today? Absolutely no problem whatsoever. I finished later than I intended at work today as well. My schedule's a little bit inconsistent in that some days I have 7 AM meetings and some days I have 9 AM meetings. And shockingly, on the days where I don't have 7 AM meetings, I don't tend to start work at 7 AM. I tend to start a bit later. Why am I not? Come on. Okay, I'll tell you what happened there, is I heard the sound of the cuckoo, and I thought, oh no, I was too slow, I missed it turning day. And then I realized, no, I have sounds randomized. It's not that was the sound of something else, that was like the Tektite or something. And then I went down and I tried to kill the Sculpture, but because you have to be right up against the rock when you spin to kill it, I missed like 3 times and wasted time before that as well, so my clever plan to try and be quick has failed. Deku at DC. I think I will come back here. There's one check I can't get, which is the Sculpture on the wall at the bottom of the basement. Like, I can't even kill the Sculpture and find out what the item is with the items that I currently have. So, yeah, I'll be coming back for that one. I guess I could have cleared the whole of the rest of the place, but I'd rather do all of it. If I can find any kind of ranged weapon or any kind of explosive, then I can go back in and do it. Okay, we have an expensive forest key. For 225, okay. Alright, so let me think. I'll get this check here. I have a couple of other trade items, but there's no point in going on my way to hand them in. I think I just go back to Child and do Nightcack, and then go to the Zora shop. I try to prioritize shops. I don't know if this is a sensible idea, but like, shops have 4 checks, right? I can't necessarily get all of them, but it's information. That goes there, that goes there. Okay. So yeah, go to CAC. I guess I can do Kakos at CAC in daytime and wait for it to be nighttime. Do night CAC. Save walk back to Kakiri and do night stuff there. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I can do a lot of soil patches because I got bugs. I'm kind of sad that the hookshot in the shop was fake, because I thought I got away with, you know, like getting a hookshot hint saying it's in Shadow Temple. That's almost as bad as it can be, I think, in terms of where hookshot is. Maybe Water Temple is worse, because there's a lot of stuff in Water Temple that you like kind of need hookshot to check. So seeing it in the shop and then realizing, oh, it's not real, that was kind of dispiriting. Oh yeah, and I can check bottom of the well entrance as well. Okay, we are a quarter of the way there. So on track for a 2-hour seed. Obviously, that's not the way it works. I think the very early game is kind of check heavy. Because there's a lot of like quite easy stuff to check quite quickly. And so things tend to slow down a little. Okay, well we found Shadow. That's good. Shadow is at bottom of the wall. Shadow at bottom of the wall. So the bad news is, well, one, getting into bottom of the well as adult means I need bomb shoes. And I can't really do anything in Shadow as child until I find explosives. But it could be worse. Shadow could be Forest or Shadow Temple entrance. I mean, a Forest Temple entrance would be the absolute worst if it was Shadow, because you need, well, I at least need hook shots to get in there. I know it's possible to hover up to the entrance, but I can't do that. Let's see. I don't have explosives. Yeah, I may as well. I'm just gonna wait here for it to be nighttime. It shouldn't be that long, I don't think. Where's the sun? Okay, it'll be a little while, I guess. But there's no point in me going up Death Mountain Trail as child right now because I can't actually do anything. I could go into Goron City and not do anything in Goron City. That's my option. So I may as well just wait here. And while I wait, I will have some water because I've been terrible at remembering to drink water. Oh, this music brings me back. GoldenEye was probably my most played game for like a good portion of my life. Partly because it was the first game I ever owned on my N64. Like I got the N64 that came with GoldenEye for Christmas, not the one that came with Mario 64. So I played like a ton of GoldenEye multiplayer in school. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I played Ocarina of Time when I was younger because. I mean, that's why I still like playing it, but my copy of Ocarina of Time I bought from a school friend, and because it's a single-player game, it's not one that I played very much, like, with friends or anything. Like, the games that got all the play were GoldenEye, Smash Brothers, on like the original Smash Brothers on the N64. We played a decent amount of Monkey Ball on... I guess that would have been on GameCube, the Monkey Ball. And what else? I swear there was another game they played a lot of. Oh, we. So this, I think this must have been on the SNES. International Superstar Soccer Deluxe, which was, I mean, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It was that kind of soccer game. It's very simple. Like, it's very simple to the point that we realized that if you approached the goal from a particular angle and pressed a particular button, you were guaranteed to score. Like, it was not like the game was not coded in such a way that the keeper would be able to prevent you from scoring. And so the games just became a kind of a competition to see who could get into that advantageous position quickly enough. Okay, Minuet, that's actually kind of good. Makes getting around a bit easier. We had an International Superstar Soccer Deluxe tournament in school. This is when I was in 4th form, so I would have been 15, I think, 15 or 16. And it was all of the non-boarders. So all the students who like went home every day rather than staying at school. From age 14 to age 18, I think, so like 4 years worth of students. I'm going to dip for now to focus on work. Good luck with the work, Wonderful. Thanks for hanging out, I appreciate it. And I will do my best to have a wonderful night. But yeah, so yeah, 4 years worth of students. All of us, like, the houses were split, girls and boys. Obviously, you couldn't have them fraternizing. And so, yeah, 4 years worth of boys all... competing in this really kind of janky soccer game, and it got kind of attention from outside of the house. So like teachers were aware of it, and some of the boarders were aware of it. And so when it came down to the final between Rupert Bob Aldridge and Gethin Bones Thomas, sorry to dox those people, I guess. I doubt they're listening. Like classes were cancelled basically. Like teachers came to the house to watch it. We set up like a kind of a little sort of stadium kind of thing by getting a bunch of chairs together and then tipping over some lockers and putting more chairs on top of the lockers, which was probably a bad idea, pretty dangerous. But I mean, that's what you do when you're in boarding school, is silly, dangerous things. So yeah, that was a fun memory. There was a trophy even. The trophy was a door that had been ripped off a small locker and then been like decorated by someone with Sharpie. Okay, yeah, I was gonna go back to Kakiri because it's nighttime now. I have to assume that I think it was Bob won, that he still has that somewhere, because like, why would you get rid of something like that? That is like a genuine like artifact of a past time in your life that you'll never get back. The time you won the International Superstar Soccer Deluxe tournament in school. I'm trying to think if I have any weird... Oh no, I just realised, no, I definitely have a weird artifact like that. Mine is somewhat less wholesome. And I'm thinking, like, should I talk about this? I probably should. I seriously doubt I'm going to actually get in trouble for this. I mean, it was actual theft. Like, I did commit a real crime. But at the time, it felt like it didn't count, I guess. So there was in my school, we had boarding houses, but we also had houses in the sense of like Harry Potter houses, where you'd win points for your house, and whichever house had the most points at the end of the year got like some kind of prize. I was the vice house captain of the yellow house. There was 3 houses. There was a yellow house, a red house, and a blue house. I was the vice captain of the yellow house, and the yellow house always won. I say always, like, they only started doing the house thing when I was in my like 4th or 5th year in school, so it wasn't like a really old tradition. It was just a thing they decided to start doing. And yeah, the first like 4 years, the yellow house won every year. And so once again, the yellow house won, and we had like a celebration, and there was a trophy. Because the school was like an old boarding school, it had all sorts of just like random bits of silverware lying around, like cups and trophies and things. So they didn't have one made or anything. It was just one they had spare. And so that was presented to the house captain, who was he was actually my dorm mate, because at the time, like at that time in school, I was a boarder. And so he had the trophy in front of him on the table when we were having our like celebration meal. And everyone was taking turns like holding it and like getting pictures with it and stuff. And then at the end of the evening, when everyone was getting ready to go, no one came to like take it back or anything. And he was like, "Oh, should we just take it back to the boarding house? We could have it in our dorm for the rest of the year until someone asked for it back." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that sounds fun." And it was one of those things where like we weren't actively trying to steal it. We were just like pretending to steal it and expecting to have someone tell us to stop. But no one did. So we took it back to the boarding house and it stayed in our dorm. And like people saw it in there, like the housemaster saw it in the dorm and didn't say anything. So we presumed it was fine. And then at the end of the year, we were leaving school. It was our last year in school. And so he was like, maybe I just take it home with me. They haven't seemed to have missed it. And so we took it home with him. And then, so I guess in theory, he was the one who actually stole it. But then I went to see him like a year or so later. And he gave it to me, and we were like, okay, next time we hang out, in like a year's time or something, you can have it back. But then we never ended up doing that, so I still have it in my possession, the stolen house cup from my school. I say in my possession. I didn't bring it to the US with me because, with the limited amount of baggage space that I had, it didn't seem sensible to bring a big silver cup with me. So it's actually I think it's in my brother's room back home actually, but I like to look at it whenever I'm back in the UK, just as a reminder of my criminal past. Furrow's Wind, that's kind of nice. That means that I can equip swap as adult if I need to, which. I guess I could already have equip swapped because I could equip swap over a trade item. But still, it's nice to have that. Wow, I get a lot of warp songs. This is pretty nice, actually. This is going to make getting around a lot quicker. Okay, so let's go Zora's River, Zora's Domain. I watched yesterday the new speedrun world record of Runner Guy, notable Ocarina of Time speedrunner, beating Ocarina of Time in the Defeat Ganon category, blindfolded, which is impressive. That's not relevant. And it got me thinking, like, oh, hover boots, that's so good. That's really good. That means I can actually do stuff in Bottom of the Well. Okay, I can't get into Bottom of the Well as adult yet. Once I can get into Bottom of the Well as adult, I can do stuff in Bottom of the Well, which means I can find Hookshot, probably. That's a big relief. But yeah, so I was watching Runner Guy's world record run, which was 25 minutes for Defeat Ganon. So he did the Ganondorf wrong warp, blindfolded, and I don't have enough knowledge of how that trick works to know how impressive it is to do it blindfolded. I know it's like timing, and so with like I don't think you need visual cues. Like audio cues are enough, but still very, very impressive. Just that part of it. But it got me thinking, like, if you can beat this game in 25 minutes blindfolded, what kind of time could I get just trying to beat it as quickly as possible not blindfolded? Like I wouldn't. Like, there's no way I'd get like a top 200 time or anything like that. But I wonder, could I get like a time that I was happy with? And so that's something that I might explore off stream a little bit, seeing what the route for someone who can't Hess and is not very good at difficult tricks for Defeat Ganon. Because a 25-minute speedrun, I mean, I'm assuming it's possible to do it quicker if you're not blindfolded. Like, there are certain tricks that you cannot do blindfolded. Any trick that requires like a visual setup of some kind. Because I could be wrong, but I think the route that he was using is not the typical Defeat Ganon route. Because yeah, a 25-minute speedrun is one that's not too bad. Like if you screw up, even if you screw up right at the end, what have you lost? You've lost 25 minutes. I didn't really want to pick you up. I think in practice, runs probably die a lot sooner than that. Like there's probably points at which you do a difficult thing. What was that hint? Okay, something of a piece of heart. Not important. Okay, so I didn't pay attention to what was the item up here. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of waiting around for it to be nighttime, unfortunately. Not a lot of waiting around, I think, but a little bit. Okay, Blue Rupee, don't care. Okay, where's the sun? Okay, still fairly high. I'm just going to go in anyway. I just realised I don't care if it's nighttime because I can't kill the Sculptor in Fountain anyway. So I may as well just go right in. Okay. And in the shop we have, several things. Strength, yep. Stick upgrade, not worth it. Potion bottle, not worth it. And a very red Zora tunic. Okay, grab more stick, more nut. I'd really like to find slingshot, boomerang, bow, any explosive. Spirit key, adult fishing. Okay, it's rare that I get a hint for fishing. Let's see. guess a wallet is starting to look increasingly attractive here. I'm getting more and more items in my notes that require a wallet. Like, what have we got? We got... Okay, well, Goran Tunic is kind of a given. Like, it's going to be in a shop somewhere for 200 rupees. But I've got 3 Triforce pieces that I can buy if I find a wallet. I've got a GTG key, Greg, a forest key, like a few bottles, but I don't really care about the bottles, I guess. I guess even Greg isn't technically that important in this with these settings. Like, it's nice to be able to get into Ganon's castle because there's quite a lot of checks in there, but I don't actually need to go in there. Unlike with my, like, what I think of as my regular settings where I have to actually beat Ganon. Okay, Ganon's castle small key. So I had a note about a Ganon's castle small key. That was 30 skulls. Okay, we no longer need that because you only need 1 key. So I can take that out of my notes. And then the water key for 40 skulls. If I can find 2 water keys, then I probably don't need the 40 skulls water key. Because with save scumming, you only need 2 water keys. Like, unless... So there's 2 items that require 2 keys. Or rather, if you spend 2 keys, you can get 2 items if you go towards where the boss key is. Or you can go towards where Dark Link is and stuff and use 2 keys to get like a ton more items, like significantly more items. So if the 2 items that are like towards the boss key are junk, then you only need 2 keys for all of Water Temple. The worst case scenario... Oh, and there's Goran Tunic. Okay, cool. Well, then I don't need that in my notes either. So the worst case scenario is that both the boss key chest is a good item and also, you know, like the one after Dark Link is a good item or something. Because then you need 4 keys, which is more keys than I want to have to try and find for Water Temple. But we'll see. I'll be finding Water Temple keys eventually, I'm sure. I should get more sticks because I'm only gonna have 1 left after I get into Jabu. Shadow Stone of Reflected Light. I don't know what check that is. I mean, it's not relevant because it's a junk check, but I don't know what that refers to. Okay, that's not great. Forest at Jabu. Means if I want to beat Forest, I've got to come in here as adult, and if I want to come here as adult, then I need bomb shoes, I think, or no. No, I need bombs. Hover boots, which I have, and I also need to do a difficult trick, which is the main problem. I can do it, I have done it, but I'm not particularly good at it. But I guess I can check parts of Forest Temple as child, if I really need to. Okay, so I'll light these, and then, okay, where am I going? What am I doing next? Lake Hillier, I guess. Because I have Ocarina, yeah, and I want to do Soul Patches as well. But I think I probably should... I'm going to farm just a few more sticks here. And I guess I can, whoops, get some rupees while I'm at it. Kind of sad that the stick upgrade wasn't cheaper, because I would absolutely buy the stick upgrade. Like, it's... Just having 20 sticks is great. Having 30 sticks is luxurious. The rare occasions that happens. Okay, that's enough rupees, I think. Lol. Yeah, I'd really love to find a ranged weapon of some kind or an explosive, because there's a lot of stuff I can't even check right now. Let's do this grotto first. Oh, that's a shame. It means I'm not gonna have the funny number as my rupee count anymore. Oh yeah, yes, technically I could if one of the scrubs gives 20 rupees and the other 2 scrubs give 5 rupees each, then I will and I don't pick up any of the other rupees they drop, then I'll come back out with the same amount of money that I had going in. I'd rather find an actual good item, but if I'm going to get junk, then at least maybe I can get funny sex number junk. Okay, well, there's a blue rupee. Okay, well. And that's that. Okay, well, nothing particularly good, but that does put us at 10 skulls, and 10 skulls is odd potion, which I actually do want. Okay, now let me go over here, get this sculpture on the island, and then I'm gonna have to. Oh my god, I just don't have any items, do I? I'm gonna have to use a stick on the sculpture on the island, use another stick on the sculpture on the lab wall. Oh, this is not the best. Like, I can't even get ISG here. At least my timing was good. So, okay, after this, I should go to Gerudo Valley, which means I should check. Well, no, I'm going to skip the grottos because I can only go into one of them, so I may as well get the rest of them when I actually have explosives. So yeah, I'll go to Gerudo Valley and I can get the Soul Skull there, and I can get whatever's in the crate and get whatever's behind the waterfall. And then have I run out of stuff to do? Like, what am I checking next? Junk, okay. Yeah, where am I going? Where am I going after Ocarina Valley? I think maybe back to adult? Oh, slingshot. Okay, fantastic. That's really good. Not back to adult. In fact, do I... What do I do? Do I... Oh, I should go to Lon Lon. That's what I should do. Because there's a lot of stuff in Night Lon Lon. I don't know why I don't need to do this. Yeah. And now with Slingshot, I could do Deku. Oh, okay, that's an item. I'll try for space even. Okay. Yeah, I could do Deku's Child, but I can't get into Deku because Deku is DC, and I need explosives to get into DC as Child. But I can do Target in the Woods. I guess now I do kind of care about getting to Zoro's Fountain at night, because now I can kill the Sculpture and see what it is. But that's only one check, and it's easy enough to go back for at some point if I really need to. Okay, let's have a fast fishing, please. There we go. Not too bad. The music was deeply unsuitable, I think, for fishing. Like, fishing music should be nice and chill. This is definitely not that. So, okay, yeah, Gerudo Valley. Do the stuff in Gerudo Valley that I can do, and then I guess it'll be back to Lake Hylia, take the owl, then into Lon Lon. Yeah, sounds like a plan. I think time of day is probably going to work out okay, because I want it to be nighttime when I'm in Gerudo Valley so I can check the sculpture by the waterfall, like the little waterfall. Let's see if I can find explosives, particularly if I can find bombs. Then I'm going to feel a lot better about stuff, because bombs plus hover boots as adult mean that I can cross large gaps because I can super slide and hover. And I think that would probably make it a lot easier to do something. It certainly means that I can get across into Gruta Fortress as adult, so that's big, because then I can get into whatever GTG entrance is. So that's like another dungeon. And I can also get to Colossus, and that's another dungeon. And dungeons have lots of checks, so I want to be getting into dungeons as quickly as possible. Now that I have Slingshot, is it worth trying to do stuff in Forest Temple as child? Not really, I don't think. Okay, this times out pretty well. If I'm quick, I can get into London while it's still night. But I have to be pretty quick. Okay, that's a forest key. I will write that down. Gruta Valley. Small Bridge Gold Sculpture. Okay. Kind of tempted to just get the crate here, because I don't want to have to stand around and wait for it to be night time. I don't have to spend the whole day waiting for it to be night before I go into London. So maybe I skip the other checks here, because I can only do the soil patch. Like, that's the only thing I'm kind of giving up right now, is checking the soil patch, because I can check behind the waterfall as adult when I come here as adult. And so in terms of like time spent, it probably works out better. I mean, I guess also what I could do is do Lon Lon and then go back there as child. That doesn't sound great though. It's possible I would have had enough time if I had gone to check behind the waterfall. But I didn't want to risk it, because I'm determined if there's one thing I'm going to do and get better at when playing randomizers, it's not spending loads and loads of time waiting for it to be nighttime. Am I still going to be... Am I going to be too slow anyway? Surely not. Oh, I just made it. Wow, that was the skill. Okay, I never would have made it if I'd have gone for the item behind the waterfall. Okay. Don't be something really good, please, because I can't get you. Okay. Okay, so next skulls we care about well, we've got 10. Technically we care about 40, but I don't know that we care about 40 yet until I actually get into Water Temple and start seeing like how many keys I need. So yeah, I still need to pick up all the skull tokens I find, I guess. Another almost halfway there. So we're still almost on track. Oh, okay, that's... All my prayers have been answered. That's so good. Okay, finally explosives. But yeah, we are almost halfway there and still on track for about 2 hours. This could end up being a quick seed, especially having just found bombs. Bombs is huge. So yeah, because and that bow as well. Okay, yeah, we're off to the races now. So I think I go straight back to adult, because there's a few things I can do as child that I can't do as adult right now. Like, but it's only a handful of checks. I have to really go out of my way to get to them. Dins, I will absolutely grab Dins. Technically, I don't need Dins for anything. Like any check that would normally, or anything that would normally require DINs, there are ways to do it without DINs. But it's a lot nicer to do. Oh, and of course it's nice trap. Okay. I should have known. Wow, yeah. I guess I'm looking at the check counter, and so it says I've checked 65 out of effectively 500, but it's actually a lot more than that because it doesn't count items that I've looked at but not picked up, right? Like, so like anytime I go into a shop and I see there's a bunch of junk items, it doesn't like count those as having been checked, even though I know I don't need to get them. So the actual count is probably a lot higher than that. And also there's like freestanding items which I can just see that I don't need to pick them up. And like things like that, like the sculptures that I've killed and I didn't bother picking up this token because it was junk, things like that. So the actual number of things I've checked is a lot higher than that, but still, to be almost halfway done with significantly less than 250 checks done is good. Well, it just made me a little bit cautious because I know that this isn't the way probability works, but finding a lot of stuff early does kind of increase your chance of not finding stuff later because you already found a bunch of stuff, right? Like, a good start doesn't necessarily mean a good end. Real quick, is there anything? Okay, actually, no. I should go to Deathman Crater. I should at very least do that because now I can do several checks in Goron City and Deathman Crater. Like child only, like the Scrub in Deathman Crater, the Soil Patch in Deathman Crater. Yeah, okay, so I think this makes sense. But I'm only going to be getting stuff that I can only get as child, I think. Well, I mean, if I'm walking past them, I may as well get the other checks on Deathman Trail. Like, I'm literally going right past them, so there's no reason not to. But everything else I'm going to leave to adult, because I've heard it said by people who know about this sort of thing that if you can check something as adult, you should check it as adult, because it's quicker. This is... Please be real. Please be real. There's no way I get 2 fake hook shots, right? Are you fucking kidding me? Baited twice. First the shop and now there. I should have known, I think. Like, I think that the way the hookshot hint works is that it'll hint you one that's like kind of like the closest one. And so if that had been real, then the hookshot hint would have been Deathman Trail. It wouldn't have been Shadow Temple. But obviously there was no world in which I didn't check that, right? Like I could have had a good reason to believe that it was fake, but I'm not going to just leave it there and not pick it up, right? Like, that was a necessary ice trap, I think. And also, ice traps don't matter. It's not like I'm playing one-hit kill or anything. Or, what is it, gloom mode? Where you only have a limited amount of life, and whenever you take damage, your total life goes down. Like, I can afford to lose some health. Let's go in Goron City from the back entrance, I think. And I've got bomb chews, and bomb chews are easier for this bit, so I will use them. Oh, I don't have much money. I hope I find some more rupees. Because I'm going to need 10 for the scrub. Actually, I guess maybe that's it. Maybe I don't need more rupees. Yeah, I've been to all the shops. There's only one scrub here for me to get. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Don't get me. Don't get me. Okay. This feels like a good time for more water. really burning through my slingshot ammo. I guess I can use explosives to kill. Okay, iron boots as well. Both shoes. That's pretty good. Found a lot of good items in not that much time. This trip back to Child has been pretty profitable. Like, we had effectively nothing when we were. Well, we had a bottle and we had Ocarina, which is not nothing. But since coming, like, second trip to Child, we've got a strength upgrade, we've got bow, bombs, magic, bomb shoes, slingshot, both boots. Yeah, pretty good trip back to Child, I think. Okay. Amazing. Maximizing the amount of health that I lose and the amount of time that I waste. I'm really bad at small angle adjustments, I think. Those rocks normally drop explosives. Okay, Final Frogs is junk, that's good, because I don't have the buttons for Final Frogs memorized, so I'd have to open a web page and look it up. I'm just going in here to reset the timer. In fact, actually, I'm gonna try and fill up on resources and health and stuff here, just because I want as much time as possible. Actually, I can check Fire Temple entrance, because I have a warp song to get out. That's pretty good. Oh, no, but I don't want to, because I actually want to go to Grand City. That's a shame. Although now I have hover boots, I can just go in there as adult, which is fine. Okay, can I get one more heart, please? I want maximum health. Nope, okay, well, good enough. Okay, let's go down here and do the soil patch. I guess actually that was real bad. What was I gonna say? No, I was gonna say something incorrect. Ignore me. And here we are again. Me being incapable of mega flipping. I used to have consistency. I can remember a time when I didn't fail mega flips. Just grabbing more health because I know I'm gonna lose more from having to void out once I get back. Okay. I think I rolled too early. I think that's my problem with mega flips. So let's try and deliberately roll too late. Yep, okay. Turns out that's the trick. Wait longer than I think I need to. Oh, I messed up. I shouldn't have exited the picking up the bugs animation, because the timer doesn't tick down while you're in that state. But the Sculptural Spawn timer does. Okay, we've got fire arrows, like actual fire arrows with magic and a bow. That's really good. Okay, so I'll get this guy. And then we are going to Goron City. So I'm going to have to reset the timer once again, because I don't trust myself to not fail the mega flip and waste too much time. If the timer goes to 0, I lose my shield. So we cannot afford to have the timer go to 0. But a minute is definitely long enough for me to do one mega flip down here, especially since that I'm now, 100% consistent, because I figured out what the problem was. Okay, it really is. I just have to wait longer than I think I need to, and then it works. Okay, we don't have Soraya's song, so we can't play that for him, but we can still... Whoa, don't forget. Actually like the stick, then I don't have to waste a stick getting QPA. Or the glitch damage value. And I should probably grab some extra... Oh, I just forgot there's sticks in Darunia's room. I should have just done that. Why am I waiting for the shop? I don't need to go in there. So grab a stick here. Now I just have to throw a bomb in the pot, which shouldn't be difficult, except I missed the timing, so we have to wait for it to come round. Have to wait for it to come round again. I should have gone into the shop, because that would have reset the timer on the pot, and then I would have not had to wait quite so long. Okay, that should be good. And now, because I've had to wait so long for the pot, the Rolling Goron is going to be in an awkward place. I have to wait for him. Oh, and I got the timing wrong anyway. Fantastic. Well, we'll fill up on bombs. Okay. Hopefully that's not too... That might also be too early. I don't know. We'll see. There's a chance that this drops 15 bomb chews if I get it too early, which is not the worst. No, okay, we got it. And it's a bomb... No, it's a sculpture token, which we do want, so I will pick it up. Okay, and now if I'm quick, I might get to Rolling Goron on time. Where is he? Yeah, okay. I think actually the timing of Rolling Goron works out quite nicely here, luckily. Should be just going in. Yeah, okay. Let's use a bomb chew. Okay, there we go, halfway. So let's do Boulder Maze. And then I think I go back to Adult. I'm racking my brains trying to think if there's any, like, check-heavy thing that I could do as Child with what I've got now. I don't think there is, really. I think... just back to Adult is the play. Especially, I mean, I've got bow and I've got bombs. I've got lots of stuff now, so there's a lot I can do as Adult. And so I just need to squeeze through these rocks. Okay, now I get to fail at super sliding. Okay. I think I am definitely I'm too early on both super slides and mega flips. Actually, no, I don't need to do this. I can just... Sorry, I wasted a bomb, but there was nothing else for me to do in Goron City. So yeah, I may as well just go straight back to Adult. Watch now as I'll become Adult and then immediately realise, oh, there's something I forgot to do as Child. There's probably some soul patches somewhere. There's a soul patch at Colossus which I can't get to yet. Actually, maybe that's it. Maybe I didn't really miss anything. Okay, so bombs, bow. Equip that. Put that there. Okay, fantastic. So I think what I probably should do is go immediately to bottom of the well entrance, get into Shadow Temple, and try and find Hookshot. I have no keys for Shadow Temple, so I can't check much. But I can check some. Everything up to the boat. Well, that doesn't sound... That's kind of misleading. Not actually everything up to the boat. I can do the trick to get to the boat by clipping through the fence. But I guess there's no point in doing that because I can't actually get anything once I'm there without any keys. So yeah, there's no point in going that way. So yeah, I guess there's only... Yeah, with no keys, I can check... the Hollow Boots chest, I can check, is it the map chest? The one that's guarded by like the Reed Head and 2 keys. And I can check the silver rupees in the spinning scythe room. And I can check the Gibter room. So yeah, only 4 checks. I think I have to wait till I have a key. I don't think it's worth going there until I have a key. So instead, I will check other things. Okay, don't really need more magic. Actually, maybe I'll just go clear Deku, because I can. And it's right here. And then I should check what Fire Temple entrance is. I should go to Lake Hillier and learn Scarecrow's song sooner rather than later, because if I happen to find the other hookshot, the one that isn't in Shadow, then I want Scarecrow's song. What was adult fishing again? Adult fishing was a spirit kick. Well, we don't know Spirit Temple is yet, so that's not super pressing. I can get past the Silver Gauntlets chest, the Silver Gauntlets block. Because I have hover boots, and there's a neat little trick to get past it with hover boots, which is significantly easier for me to do than the triple slash clip that I failed repeatedly in either last stream or the stream before. But first things first, let's get Deku out the way. Because there's an amount of checks in here. Actually, let me grab a rock, because these rocks have 3 hearts. Now we're healthy. Okie doke. I guess if I find Boomerang, that's also pretty good. The main thing that I want a hookshot for at this point is, I guess, that stuff in Water Temple, getting into Forest Temple, and then like collecting things that are too far away for me to reach. And Boomerang, Pocket Egg, okay. Boomerang deals with the things that are too far away issue. Not like every single thing that's too far away, but like there's quite a lot of things you can pick up with Hookshot and also Boomerang. Okay, so we've got Pocket Egg, which, if I just hang around a Death Mountain Trail a little bit, it'll turn daytime, I think. Or wait, no, is it going to be daytime when I beat the dungeon? It might just be daytime, and I'll miss having the egg hatch, which is a bit of a pain. So if that's the case, then I guess I'll go to Fire Temple entrance, and we'll see what's in there. Because that'll waste some time. And then also, yeah, if it's still nighttime, then I can get that sculpture that I missed on Death Mountain Trail. The rare occasion, I don't need to bother getting QPA. Because I have fire arrows. So I can burn things with actual fire rather than with weird glitchy sword damage. 12 pieces? Wow, we're really actually still making pretty rapid progress here. This could still end up being a fairly short seed. I guess I didn't need to jump. I could have shot it with the fire arrow. Okay. You are not something I want to pick up. You are something I do want to pick up. That puts us at 18. Okay, we're almost halfway to our next skull token count. Okay, first fire key. Well, I really haven't found very many keys so far, have I? I worry a little bit. If I don't find very many more keys, then I'm going to be quite restricted in what I can actually do. Because it's all well and good having all the items, but if the Triforce pieces are all in dungeons, and they're in the bits of dungeons that require you to have keys, then yeah, I'm a bit stuffed. But it's still, you know, it's still early days. We haven't checked that much stuff. It's definitely possible that we find a lot more keys. Probably would have been quicker to just equip fire arrows, but I didn't want to. I'm just getting bodied by the sculptureless today. Can I do this? I think this works. Yeah. Okay, and so worst case scenario, this is a good item and I have to bomb hover to it. I guess that's not the worst case scenario. Okay. Actually, it probably is the worst case scenario, because it being a junk item isn't actually bad. Yeah. We want to go break Link's knees, and then up here, this one we do want fire arrows. Oops. It's only a 20-foot web on the floor. How hard could it be to miss? Okay. So, not a ton of great stuff in here. What did we get? We got pocket egg and we got a key. And I guess whatever Goma gives us. But yeah, slightly underwhelming. And you know, we got some skull tokens, I guess, which is what is, yeah, we got like, I don't know, 1/20th of a water key. Nice easy Goma. Goma is logged off, okay. And from Goma we get anything good, something good, nothing, okay. Alright, now we find out, does this set the time of day to day? I think it probably does. So we're going to be heading up Death Mountain Trail, yeah. So this doesn't hatch the egg, unfortunately. So, okay. Up Death Mountain Trail, we'll hope for it to turn to night time, I guess? Because then the sculpture will be there. And then we need to dick around until it's daytime. Because I want to go into CAC at daytime. Anything else I can do in Garden City as adult that I couldn't do the last time I was there? I don't think so. Actually, maybe it makes sense to go into Death Mountain Crater from down here. Because, yeah, because I can go out the top from the bottom, but I can't, well, I can get to the bottom from the top, but I have to mega flip. I can just run from the bottom to the top. So it makes more sense to do it in that order, I guess. I don't need money and I don't need health because I have Corn Tunic. Okay, so we get to find out what this item is. And we also get to find out what Fire Temple entrance is. Okay, another sculptural token, almost at 20. I think it probably would have been sensible to just go to CAC and do day CAC stuff right now. Because, oh, I know, because I want the, okay, Fire is Spirit. And I don't have any keys. Spirit out of Fire. So, I can check 2 things right now, not worth. I'll come back later. I don't have any trade items for Big Goron, do I? No. I have Kajira, but I don't have Odd Potion. Oh, but Odd Potion is fishing. I did this in a. Oh no, but it's okay because I have Minuet of Forest. I was going to say I did this in a dub order because what I want to do is get Odd Potion and Kojiro before I go to Lost Woods for the first time. And I was thinking, oh, well, now I'm going to have to, warp to, like, go to Lost Woods and do some stuff, and then it's going to be like an awkward out of my way thing to get back there once I've been to do fishing. But no, because I have Serenade and I have Minuet, so I can just warp to one and then warp to the other, and we're all good. So I guess, yeah, with that in mind, maybe I do just go straight to water, because it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be close to night. Like, oh, okay, well, it's kind of close. It's close enough that I will wait. What's this hint again? Oh yeah. I forget if I'm far enough away from the red rock that it doesn't have collision with my arrows, so I can actually shoot the sculpture right through the rock. I'd have to be able to, I think if I was a bit closer, then the rock's like collision would have loaded in, and that wouldn't work. There you go. Watch this be something really incredible that if I'd have been better at the game I could have got earlier. Okay, Song of Time isn't incredible, but it is good. And it allows me to get 3 more checks in Goron City, so I will go and do that right now. Does it let me do anything else? Like, what else is... Let me get some health. What else is Song of Time actually good for? I don't think there's much, really. I guess it's a check for frogs. That's something. It's my first non-warp song. Okay, so yeah, now, like, if I do find a wallet, then all of a sudden I can go up to 15 out of 20 Triforce pieces, because there's 3 in shops that I know of that require a wallet. So, Aito, hi! Welcome in. Just a sec, let me give you a shout out. Thank you very much for the raid. Hello, Aito Raiders. Let me remember how to do this. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were playing Dispatch. How far into the game did you get? I watched Vivi's playthrough of it, and it seemed like a really, really good game. And I'm curious, like, if you did you end up taking like vastly different choices to her? Halfway through, cool. Have what are the like the notable events that have happened so far? The kind of the choices that you've made, I guess. I guess really the most important question is which of the ladies are you aiming for? I assume the game doesn't really give you a choice to go for neither. Oh, Easton and Emery, thank you very much for the follow. And also, Neverwinds, thank you for following. I appreciate it. You picked Waterboy for the team, Cut, Coop, and went on a date with a Visigal. Okay, you've made identical choices to Vivi. Where was I going? What was I doing? Oh yeah. I was going fishing. I'm always curious with games like that, like that's kind of the Telltale-esque games, where your choices matter is what they're sold. They sell themselves on. Like, to what degree do your choices really matter? Like, I think I've seen people like kind of plotted out the kind of decision graph of some of the Telltale games, and it turns out that in certain of the games at least, you kind of end up, the same thing happens at the end anyway, regardless of what you choose. It kind of gives you the illusion that your choices matter, when in fact they don't really. And that's, I'd like to be clear, I'm not like having a dig at the devs, because trying to make a game where it like completely diverges based on your choices, you're effectively making 2 games. And that's if you only have one choice, right? If you have more than one choice, then you have to have impactful, meaningful differences in story for every single one of those choices, like multiplied with each other, potentially. So I can understand it's definitely a very difficult thing to solve. Oh, I just realized I came here... Well, one, I came here to learn Scarecrow Song, but two, I came here because I wanted to go fishing. And I can't go fishing because I can't get up there because I don't have hookshot. And I don't have beans. Oh, well. Okay, so... Let me do... Oh, crap. My time of day routing is abysmal. I was just going to say, oh, let me go to Lost Woods and I can do some stuff there, but I wanted to be there at night time. So let me go... Where am I going? I guess I can do Hyrule Field Grottos, since I have explosives. That's why I usually don't replay those types of games. First experience is also the most natural, authentic, so I feel like it usually hits harder. Yeah, I think that's definitely very valid. I think like I wouldn't be surprised if the standard way that people do those games is play the game and then like look up the stuff you missed on YouTube. Because you want to like, it's interesting to see what, like, it's like, you know, the ending of the movie Clue. Here's what could have happened, kind of thing. You want to see it, but you wouldn't want to watch the entire movie all the way through just to see the different endings, you know? Maybe by the time I've done the grottos, it will be nighttime, and I can go to Lost Woods. I really like the sound, so I'm just going to pause for a sec. Actually, let me. I guess can I? Yeah. Okay. I'll turn the music off. Let's just appreciate the sound of Link's feet on the sand. I really like this sound. I don't know what it is. Sorry, this is a total a diversion from trying to beat the seed quickly, but it sounds really good. Okay, that's enough of that. I do like. I must have heard that sound like a million times, but I guess today is the first day I really truly appreciated just how nice on the ears it is. The sound effects in OT and MMO Peak, they are. They have some very iconic sounds. So I still very light on keys. I had a hint that hookshot is in Shadow Temple, and I have hover boots, so I can get into Shadow Temple and do stuff in Shadow Temple. But I don't have any keys, so there's like nothing I can actually really check in there, which is annoying because I would really quite like a hookshot. Okay, maybe I try and get to Cack while it's still daytime. I don't think I make it. Especially not if I suck at super sliding. Oh my god, I have a bad angle as well. This is, I was going to run into the fence. Okay, this is... Maybe I just backwalk. Because I can do... Let's see, at least two or three checks in CAC right now. I'm loving the GoldenEye music in this seed. Like we had, we've got this music in Hyrule Field. We had, actually maybe this is the same music as Death Mountain Trail. Come to think of it, that was. Yeah, I think it was the same. But there was also some other GoldenEye music in a different area, which is making me very nostalgic for GoldenEye. Okay, we make it. So we can wake up Talon, we can do archery. It's kind of tempting to try and... So our Shadow Temple entrance is in bottom of the well, so I need to, like, I can clip into bottom of the well as a adult. I'm not very good at it, but it's doable. It's kind of tempting to go in there and just get the 4 checks that I can get, because maybe one of them's hookshot, and then, you know, a lot of other stuff is easier, but... Oh, I'm a big dumb idiot. Fishing was not odd potion. 10 sculptures was odd potion. Okay, so now I okay, okay. I accidentally ended up doing things in the right order. Because now I can go, let a little bit of time pass, have it be nighttime again, and then go to Lost Woods. And do all the things I want to do in Lost Woods. Which is great. I was trying to predict where the rupees would come out next, and I'm not doing a good job. Okay, last one. Oh, Sun Song. Perfect. Okay, time of day no longer matters. Oh wait, no. Don't forget. I've got to tell this woman that I made Akako really happy. Boomerang. Okay, that's fantastic. I don't know where Jabu is yet, but when I do find it, I will be able to beat it. Okay, so... So I will arrive, and I get an item. Oh, there's my wallet. Okay. And I want it to be nighttime. Okay, so that wallet means that I can go and get 3 more Triforce pieces immediately. Okay, not immediately. One of them is two. Actually, no. Okay, 2 of them. Spider in a graveyard holding a piece of the Triforce. Oh, okay. I probably want to go back to Child then, because that means that there's 4 Triforce pieces. No, 3 Triforce pieces I can get as Child right now. And 1 I can get as Adult in Goron City. Well, I guess I can also get that one as Child. Actually, if I can find a scale, then... How many? It's okay. There's 1 in Child Bazaar, 1 in Bomb Chew Shop, 1 in Goron City, 1 in the graveyard as Child, and 1 at Lake Hylia as Child if I have a scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chews I can get as Child if I had a scale. Without a scale, it's 4. I said choose. I meant Triforce pieces. So yeah, maybe I go back to Child and pick all those up. Although I guess, well, okay, the ones in Shoe Shop and Bazaar aren't that bad because it's quite easy to farm rupees. Outside of market on the drawbridge. Okay. If I'm very lucky, I find a few more Triforce pieces and then we're basically done. This could end up being a very short seed. Like even shorter than I was anticipating. Like I haven't been like keeping stats or anything, but I think that these settings typically are like about 3 hours to beat the seed, and so anything less than that is kind of an outlier. I've had longer ones as well. That's a stick. Okay, we don't have Soraya Song, so I'm gonna have to go out here and then go back in. What was Deku Tree again? Deku was Fire Temple. We only have 1 key, so I can't do much in Fire Temple. Oops. Is it worth going to Zora's Domain as adult right now. I don't think it is. I'm gonna check this sculpture on the twins' house just to see what it is, and then I think I'm gonna go back to child. I should pick that up. Mercifully, few attempts needed for that equip swap. That's another one where I have like absolutely terrible consistency. Okay, it's currently nighttime, which means I can go straight to Chew Shop. Oh, I can do Bombchu Bowling as well. Although I can't do both. I mean, well, I can. I just have to farm rupees in between. Let's do Chew Shop first. Then I'll make it day, and then I can farm some rupees and do Bombchu Bowling and Child Bazaar to get the Triforce piece. I guess, strictly speaking, I shouldn't go and get any more. Okay, no, I should get the one. I should get the one in Graveyard because that's child only. But I shouldn't go out of my way to get any other ones because it's always quicker to get stuff as adult. So I'll grab this. I'll make it daytime. Oh yeah, Greg. I forgot about Greg. How much was Greg? 165. I don't think Greg matters in the seed. Like, I don't think I'm going to need to get into Ganon's castle. Although, if I can get into Ganon's castle, there's a bunch of checks, and so it probably does speed things up, so I should... So, I should farm up a bunch of rupees, buy the other Triforce piece, farm up a bunch more rupees, set it back to nighttime, and then buy Greg. So this is going to be a little tedious. It's going to be a few trips. Two more, I guess. And then several more, because buying the Triforce piece is going to practically clear me out, because it's 185 rupees, which is most of my rupees. Oops. Okay. I'm very glad that I have Sunsong, because if I didn't, I would have had to farm the pot room for rupees, and that is significantly slower. Also kind of sad that I don't get to spend more time in shops, because this is an absolute banger of a track. Not that Sea Shanty 2 isn't great in its own way, but is it Gangplank Galleon? Is wait, it's a Grant Kirkhope classic. He did so much great music. I mean, I think he also the composer for GoldenEye. He might have been. I know that he worked with a lot of Rare developed games, and yeah, they all had fantastic soundtracks. How much was Greg again? Greg was 165, but I'm probably going to want to... I may as well farm as many rupees as I can, I guess. Actually, this should do it. One more. Okay, I gotta wait now because the drawbridge is about to come up. If I jump down, I won't be able to get back up because this will put me at 5 away from being full, which is enough. Oh, but I wanted to do Bombchu Bowling, so I'm going to have to farm even more. Oh dear. I could also technically do treasure chest game now. It'd be very slow though. Okay, so if I can beat one more dungeon, then I can get into Ganon's castle, and there's all this stuff I can check in there. Actually, okay, so now farming the pot room does make sense, because I'll get about 30 rupees from that, and I only need 60 to do both Bombchu Bowlings, so this'll do, and then I'll go back to... oh no, I'll make it daytime, and then I'll go to the graveyard. Okay, that's good enough. Tempted to go and farm 3 more, just, you know. But since I'm about to spend them all anyway, we wouldn't be able to enjoy the funny number being on screen for very long, so. Okay, what have we got? We have something that it's not worth getting. And we have another thing that it's not worth getting. Okay. So, and let me update my notes, because I've got those 2. And I've got Greg. Okay. It's a shame I haven't found GTG yet, because that's another place where, as child at least, I could check like all of the checks in the maze. Okay, let's actually super slide this time. There we go. I think I have a good angle. I should go right up the steps. Yeah, nice. I want it to be nighttime, but because I have Sunsong, I can just get to the graveyard as quick as possible and then play Sunsong. I don't have to stand around waiting for it to change time of day. I'm just gonna grab some extra rupees since I'm here. So now I'm racking my brains. Okay, so I know that there's a Triforce piece in Goron City shop, but I can get that as adult. And I know there's one in Lake Hylia, but I need to scale to get it. So I think I just go right back to adult. Okay, 5 to go. Oh yeah, let me see, I've got that. Yeah, it's a shame I haven't found Bottom of the Well. I haven't found GTG. Both of those are good dungeons to go into as child, because, well, I mean, obviously Bottom one I can only do as child, but GTG is good as child because you can vine clip through all of the gate, like the fences, and get all the chests without needing any keys. Okay, where was I going next? I think Gerudo Fortress. I can check GTG entrance, because that could be a dungeon I can beat. So I guess this is the quickest way there. I can check Water Temple entrance as well. Since I'm here, I should do that. Because again, it could be a dungeon I can beat. If it's DC or Jabu, I can definitely beat it. We know it's not water. So yeah, we know it's not spirit. We know it's not shadow. We know it's not forest. We know it's not fire. Worst case, it's Bottom of the Well. so glad. Oh shit! I was gonna say I'm so glad I learned that trick because it's a lot better than what I used to do, which was try and eyeball. Getting like in the corner of the lab, which is not a sensible way to do things. And then, of course, I failed the trick twice. I guess I didn't fail it the first time, I just messed up falling down the hole. Okay, I have no idea what the camera was doing just then. That was weird. In theory, this is faster than what I used to do. In practice, maybe not so much. There we go, okay. This time, actually fall in the hole. There we go. I've got to be careful that I don't get too close to the loading zone for the lab, because otherwise I'll just end up entering the lab from the wrong side of the door. Oh, don't clip back in. Okay, there we go. I think I might have cracked getting into Water Temple as Child. It's a lot more difficult because the water level's so high. You can't do what I just did and just like kind of swim around. You have to fall out of bounds, fall really, really far down, and then like swim to the entrance before you raise up too high. And I have historically had difficulty with that, but I recently learned how to swim quicker, which makes it a lot easier. So getting in here as Child is doable. Oh, light arrows. Technically not actually very useful. So I only have one key, so I can't check very much as adult. But I can check quite a lot of stuff. Yes, I don't have strength, which means there's 4 checks I can't get straight off the bat. But I think I can check what is affectionately known as... Oh no, I was going to say I can check what is affectionately known as toilet room, which is the room past the locked door here, that one over there. But then I realised, no, I can't, because to open that I need to get all the silver rupees, and to get that silver rupee I need hookshot. And I don't have hookshot. That was a bad angle. That was also... What am I doing? I'm sticking by my excuse of I had a long day at work. That's why I'm being bad at the game. Okay, so we can check these without having to spend any keys, which is nice. And then... Oh, no, okay. I'll just save up because it's quicker. Oh yeah, and for anyone curious why the file name is Jodie, today is Jodie Foster's birthday. Jodie Foster is a good actor, so I decided to name the save file Jodie. Oh yeah, and we get to do this next room without hookshot, which is always fun. I say that it's not like it's that bad, but it's better with hookshot. Of course. But something original, I hear you say. How on earth will you get the last silver rupee? It's far too high. You can't reach that. And you'd be right, I can't reach it. But luckily, I have a friend. And my friend will just take me to it. If I get grabbed by the Woolmaster, it pulls you up, and just before you void out, you go through the silver rupee and pick it up. So you just about hear the sound of it getting collected there. And so now the door is unlocked. Oh yeah, now because I don't have hookshot, I have to do a trick that I'm not very good at. To get past this fire here, I have to... If you roll into it at the right angle and the right timing, then you make it through. Except, I'm not very good at knowing what the right angle and the right timing is. So we might be here a little while. I have no sense of am I rolling too early or too late on this either, which is always a bit annoying. Feel like maybe too early, or maybe I just have the bad angle. Maybe I need to be... Well, that felt like it could have worked. Let's try again. I'm sure this is riveting, but I need to get through there, so... There we go, okay. Not too difficult. So I know there is a trick you can do to get past the big block there without silver gauntlets. I've seen people do it. It requires you doing like a super slide with hover boots out of the like the kind of the little secret hole up here, and then like you kind of like clip through the corner of the wall here and land up on top of the block. But I'm not even going to attempt that. That is outside of my my skill set. But what I can do is shoot some eyeballs. He says, missing repeatedly. Okay, there we go. We go back up here, we can get this chest in this room. And then... Yeah, just two more checks in the room after this one. And then I've got one key, so I can check one more thing in here after that. And then I'm done in GCG, and we didn't really find very much in here, unfortunately. I can do another fun little trick here to use iframes to pick up what's in this chest. Yeah, okay, that's it for everything apart from one last chest. And this is Water Temple entrance, okay. And so I still need to go to GTG, I think, is probably where I want to go next. Oh. Okay, a shadow key. Now I should probably go to Shadow Temple. Okay. Because now I can actually check quite a lot of stuff in Shadow Temple. Especially with saves coming. And if I can find a hook shot, then all my worries are over. Although, of course, it's entirely possible that hookshot is either more than one key deep, or that it requires riding the boat, which means that I would need Zelda's Lullaby, which I do not have. Oh yeah, and I've got to remember to go to Goron City to get that other Triforce piece at some point soon. So now you get to watch me do a trick which I am extremely inconsistent at. And ironically, it's not because of the precise setup of getting a bomb chew to explode in exactly the right place at the right time, it's because I'm really, really bad at ledge clipping. Or at least ledge clipping the way that I need to do it for this trick. So it is cool when it works, though. So I'm gonna go in here real quick, because if I fail it and void out, then it's quicker for me to respawn here. Okay, I will want bomb chews. So I get a particular angle using a visual cue of a fence post on the right hand side of the screen. And I roll twice. Nope. It's the ledge clip that I fail every single time. The setup isn't actually that difficult. It's the getting Link to be trapped inside the wall that's hard. So I will be at this for a while, possibly. Yep. If you slip off an edge, and like target on like, I don't know if it's frame perfect, but like if you target at the right time, then Link will be grabbing like the inside of the ledge rather than the outside, and then using that you can like clip out of bounds. So this trick requires you to do that. Oh, I didn't want my sword out. At least we have some nice calming music for this. This is also like I say, yeah. Thinking about it, this was another game that heavily played when I was in school. Was Mario Kart. There we go. Okay, did it work? It worked. I was very pleased when I finally learnt that trick, because being able to get into bottom of the well as adult was, at least getting into bottom of the well entrance as adult was very helpful with these settings. Because trying to do all of Shadow as child is, it sucks. Okay, watch this be hookshot. And I should have come here much sooner. Nope, okay. Okay, so I've got 15 Triforce pieces, technically 16, because I know I can go and buy another one anytime I want. So I need to find 4 more. So where am I going to find 4 more Triforce pieces? I could find them all in Shadow Temple. No. I can get the timing of like that first attack right, but I'm not very good at getting the timing of the second one. More health, cool. I'm so glad that I have hover boots here, because this particular mega flip, like if you want to try and get across this gap with a mega flip, this particular one is one that I have like a real mental block about. Like I'm particularly bad at this one. Is it this one? It's not. And I messed up the side hop. Okay. So fun fact, when you void out, the spinner here like resets, so it could now be the one that I just checked. It's not. Okay, that time I didn't mess up the side hop. Okay, there we go. So I have Furrow's Wind and Magic, so I'm actually going to use that, I think, because I'm going to want to... Actually, no, I guess it doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't matter, I have Hover Boots. Sorry, what I was thinking was... I want to save scum my key use. I want to make sure that I don't, like, waste a key. And so that means that I'm going to have to go somewhere use a key, check what's there, and then reset, and like without saving. And so what I was thinking is, oh, I can use Furrow's Wind, and then I can get back to where I need to be quicker. But it doesn't take long to get back where I need to be because I have hover boots. I can just go there directly, basically. So we don't need to worry about that. Okay, I think I can get up here with hover boots. Yeah. Okay, so what's in this chest? There it is! Happy, happy, happy. I'm very happy about that. Okay, yeah, I will check a bit more in here. Let me check the sculpture first. Oops. But I think now that I have hookshot, maybe it makes sense to go fishing, get a spirit key, and check Spirit Temple stuff. Because I can check a lot of stuff in Spirit Temple with even just with one key. Okay, that's nothing. Oops. Oh, I have the wrong thing equipped. That's why I'm pulling out bow. Okay, nothing so far. I mean, I kind of hope that this last check is also junk, because then that means I know I won't need an extra key to be able to check more stuff. Oops. I didn't need to kill them. I could have just opened this. Okay, a bomb bag is nice, but I don't need it. Okay, so now to check the other bit of Shadow Temple, which has a lot more checks. And then, actually, maybe then I check what Forest Temple entrance is, because now, if it's water, I don't have any keys, but I can still check some stuff in water. If it's DC, I can full clear it. If it's Jabu, I can full clear it. And also, if it's DC or Jabu, then when I beat them, I can get into Ganon's castle, which is a bunch more checks. I think it's probably the sensible thing to do. This is the one thing I don't like about these settings. I mean, I guess it's kind of by design. Like I pick these settings because they make the seed shorter. And one of the ways they make the seed shorter is I don't have to check that much stuff. Like I don't have to beat any dungeons at all, technically. I just have to find enough Triforce pieces. And so when I get to this sort of stage, right, I only need to find 4 more Triforce pieces. The sensible thing to do is just go into a dungeon and get a bunch of checks early in the dungeon and then leave, and then go somewhere else and get a bunch of checks that I can get quickly and then leave. I'm just kind of like grazing on all the low-hanging checks, which is... I don't know, it doesn't feel quite right, you know. I wanna beat dungeons. But I also don't want the seed to take 4.5 hours because I am tired, so it is what it is. Okay, don't care about Huge Rupee, don't care about Red Rupee, don't care about Skull Token anymore, really. Okay, so if I did get to 40... That's a water key, which means I can check... what can I check? It's like... not much at all, is it? I think it's like one thing I can check in water if I get a key. So not really worth it. 2 keys is the magic number. But if I get 2 water keys, I can check quite a lot in water. Okay, so if I don't find anything here, do I save scum? I guess technically I should, but I should get that just in case. Yeah, technically I should preserve my key because if I find Zelda's Lullaby, then I can use the key past the boat. Oh, there's another bomb bag. Okay, so I really didn't miss out on anything by not getting the other bomb bag. Okay, cool. Yeah, if I can find Zelda's Lullaby, then I can ride the boat and I can get the checks that are like past the boat. There's not that many of them, but maybe one of them is a Triforce piece. Okay. No. What am I? I'm just pressing all the wrong buttons. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. I forgot the menu at Forest. How embarrassing. Okay, now we can actually get in here. And I guess I'm hoping for DC? Yeah, okay. Because this has slightly more checks than Jabu. And it doesn't require me equip swapping Boomerang. Get the hint just in case it gives me a hint about a piece of Triforce. No. Lens of Truth and Grid Fortress, alright. I'm not even going to bother writing that down. I'm working under the assumption that there's not that much longer left in the seed, and so I'm not going to need to like get lens and do treasure chest game. If it's possible, I might not to need to even go to Ganon's castle after I beat this. Yeah, I'm not going to bother going up there. What would I like to find? I mean, other than pieces of Triforce, what would I like to find? I guess just keys, really. If I can find 2 more fire keys, that's a lot of stuff I can check in fire. I probably don't need to, though, that's the thing. Like, I only need to find 4 more pieces of Triforce. And I already have, like, a ton of items that allow me to check a lot of things. So yeah, definitely Ganon's castle after this. And then... where haven't I checked? I need to write down my notes that DC is at Forest. Okay, so... oh yeah, I never checked Ice Cavern entrance either. So yeah, Ice Cavern entrance I haven't checked. I haven't checked Colossus entrance. I haven't... oh, Spirit Temple entrance, I should say. I haven't checked GTG entrance. And there's one more Shadow Temple entrance, which I can get to now that I have Hookshot. So yeah, there's nowhere I can't check the entrance to now. It's just a matter of like, which one do I go to first? Which one's going to take longest? I don't actually know how much time doing that saves, because I still need to go up to the bridge to get the check on top of it. So I suspect it probably doesn't actually save that much time at all, but it's cool, so I like doing it. A real dearth of Triforce pieces recently. Okay, and this is nothing. this is also nothing. Okay, well, at the very least, I will be able to get into Ganon's castle after beating this dungeon. If I don't find any items in here, it still will have been worth the trip. In Ganon's castle... Okay, there's one thing I can't check in Light Trial. But... yeah, I have hover boots and I have fire arrows, so I can check everything in Shadow Trial, which would be the only other one that's a bit difficult. And I'm gonna want bombs. I'm gonna preserve some deck units here. Okay, that's 30 skulls. That was 30 skulls was something, I think. I forget what it was, but I took it out of my notes because it wasn't relevant anymore. Okay, well, not very many checks left in here. In fact, 4 checks left. We've got this chest behind the wall, we've got the chest right before the boss, we've got the boss reward itself, and then we've got the gold sculpture. Oh. Okay, a Triforce piece. Good. It wasn't a complete waste. So that puts us at effectively 17, because we know that there's another one in Goron City Shop. So we need 3 more. And I probably don't need to do this, but I am going to farm an extra explosive drop. Because you could never have too many bomb chews. Okay, so 2 checks left. Choose 2 checks left. If they're both Triforce pieces, then I kind of want to go to Goron City Shop before I go to Ganon's Castle, because it feels like such an anticlimax for the last Triforce piece to be one that, like, you know in advance that it's a Triforce piece because it's in a shop and you can just see it. But I guess by that logic I should get it before I go to Ganon's Castle anyway, because what if I happen to find 3 Triforce pieces in Ganon's Castle, then my last one will be the shop. So maybe... But in order to get to Goron City Shop, I'd have to play... actually, no, I can take the shortcut from Lost Woods. Okay, yeah, perfect. I have actually been practicing a little bit. There's a trick you can do to, if you backflip and pull out a bomb chew at just the right time, you can feed King Dodongo a bomb chew and you can beat him without bombs. I'm not very good at it, but I have done it. But I used like a save state right at the start of the fight, so I could reset quite easily if I kept messing it up, because it's very slow if you miss it. And so I kind of hope that at some point I get to show that off, because it's kind of neat. But my consistency is very bad with it, so. Okay, and he gives a GTG key, which I will pick up just in case. Oh, did I forget to get the GTG chest in the... I think maybe I did. Oh well. Okay, if that had been Fire Medallion or Water Medallion, what? Then I would have been slightly closer to another piece of Triforce, because I know that come on, I was past the club. Because I know that there's a piece of Triforce in the Nocturne cutscene, for which you need Forest Medallion, Fire Medallion, Water Medallion. But there's no way I beat 2 dungeons and still don't have enough Triforce pieces, so that one is now irrelevant. What trade items do I have? Okay, just eye drops and prescription. Okay, let's go real quick. Gurren's shop. Oh, how much was it? It was 155. Okay, I do have enough rupees. I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't be able to afford it. Oh yeah, I forgot to get this as well. I should check the hint just in case. Okay, not relevant. I keep forgetting. I'm still I was so used to being a PNG tuber. I keep forgetting. I have a model with some amount of face tracking now, and so you can see when I yawn hugely, which it does happen quite often. Okay, so I can take this out of my notes as well now. So yeah, if I can find scale, where are we going? If I can find scale, then I can go back to child and get another Triforce piece. Other than that, I think it's just I should go to a dungeon and try and do as much as I can in the dungeon after I've checked Ganon's castle. Okay, in a perfect world, I find 2 pieces of Triforce in Ganon's castle, and then I go and check Ganon's boss key chest, and that's the last piece of the Triforce that I need. That would be quite fitting, I think. Oh, I don't have enough money to do all of the scrubs. I'm gonna do Light Trail first, and then I'll do the scrubs, because I'm likely to find at least like some rupees in here, I think. This should clip me through the block. Yep. I'm actually going to be sad if I don't find any rupees here, because it means I'll have to find some somewhere else. Okay, a forest key. That's good. I know there's another one somewhere. Oh yeah, in Bazaar there's another one, but I can't afford it. And there's also one... Oh, there's a scale. Okay, so that is an extra Triforce piece right there. And there's some money. Perfect. Okay, so all else fails, we can still go back to Child and get the Triforce piece from MacLeod. And it won't even take that long because I have the Warp Song. So, very nice. Ah, got my hopes up. Silver Golems would have been nice, because then that's 4 more checks in GTG. And it also means getting into Spirit is a bit easier if I end up going there. Ah, come on. Bomb 2 missed and my jump slash missed. How embarrassing. Nothing. Well, I mean, we're very close to getting that water key, actually. Finding a lot more gold sculpture tokens than I was anticipating. Okay, another GTG key. That's another check in there. So... let's see. Okay, I can now check toilet room as well because I have hookshot. So maybe I go back to GTG after this? Clear that up? No, it doesn't make sense to do that. I should go to a dungeon I haven't been to at all because there's a lot more stuff to check. The exception being if I only need one more piece of the Triforce, in which case I definitely go straight to Child. Okay, we've got 5 more checks in Ganon's castle. Hopefully at least one of them is worthwhile. Oh. No. Wow, I've had a lot of ice traps this seed, it feels like. And they've all been stuff that I've been like genuinely excited to get. Like first of all was the hook shot on Death Mountain Trail. Thank you for the reminder. I actually have no water, so I'm gonna have to step away very briefly to get some water, but I will certainly hydrate because I'm really bad at remembering to drink any water. I will be right back. I'm not gonna bother going to BRB because I can grab water pretty quick, but I'm gonna mute my microphone. I will be a few seconds. Okay, I have returned, I have water, and I have already hydrated with the water. I say hydrate, I have drunk some of the water, I'm probably still quite dehydrated. Okay. So... you can check this. Always kind of bad at not falling off here. Okay, brief panic. And now I've got to try and snipe the torch from all the way over here. No. There we go. I can't imagine how difficult that shot would be if I wasn't using Ship of Arcinian, because it's got, you know, like nice crisp graphics compared to playing on a CRT for an N64. In fact, actually, I can probably show you real quick. There is an option here somewhere. Yeah. So this is what it would look like if I was actually playing on an N64. Look how jagged absolutely everything is. Isn't Ship of Arcinian cool? Okay, let's check Ganon's boss key chest. You don't even have water with you? Happy to have redeemed it there. I did have a glass of water. I finished it earlier. But it was a good reminder to go and get more. We always make streamers hydrate when we do. We also offer you and chat an orange slice. I appreciate it. I am a weirdo who doesn't like practically any fruit at all. So I will politely decline the orange slice, but I appreciate it. Hate fighting these guys. Okay. It's not so much that they jump around that's annoying, it's that they're invincible while they're jumping. And we offer you a metaphysical orange slice that you can ingest spiritually. That sounds very healthy. My spirit is gonna have so much vitamin C. Okay, what's in the chest? Ooh, A Triforce piece, okay, nice. So I need to find one more, and then I can go to Child and get the one in Liquilia. Okay, so where am I going? I'm going to... I'm going to GTG entrance, I think. I mean, I should just check stuff in Gruda Valley as well. Oh, actually, wait, I can check some stuff in GTG, and GTG was water, right? Yeah, I just didn't write it down. And I have Iron Boots and Hookshot, so I can just go right in. Because, yeah, I've got more keys now. Fantastic Iron Boots, nice. Actually, I guess I've used a key, so I must have got the one up there. I just forgot that I got it. Okay, so we can get 2 more chests here at least. It's a shame I don't have silver gauntlets. Oh wait, this isn't... Yeah, okay, I would need another key to get another check. Okay, in that case, let's just walk back again. Okay, that was not worth it. And toilet room is a pain in the ass to do, so I'm not going to bother with that right now either, because there's other stuff I can do that's a lot more dense with checks. Oh, like, actually I can go into the lab, and I can do lab dive and get the crate in the lab as well. So let's do that, then I'll finally I'll go to Gruda Valley. We can do some stuff in Gruda Valley, and then we can go... I'm gonna skip Gruda Fortress and just go straight into G2G, I think. Freezy Peak? Oh, was the music Freezy Peak then? I was not paying attention. Yeah, I've randomized all of the music. Also, hello, Scholar of Games. I see that this is a first... Oh, a perfect! Okay. That makes getting into GTG a lot easier. It's nice to see a name that I recognize. It's not even a Zelda track, which is... Yeah, this randomizer... Or at least the... there's like an add-on pack thing that I've used for the randomizer, which adds a whole bunch of other video game music. So, like, we had... like more than one track from GoldenEye this seed, and also what was it? Gangplank Galleon is the shop music from Donkey Kong. Okay, so yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be daytime, but we have Sun Song, so we don't care that it's daytime. Okay, I'm gonna try and extended super slide. I'm not very good at it, but it's a thing I want to practice being better at. Oh! Okay, here we go. So now the tricky bit is trying to change direction. Nope, messed it up. You gotta hold the controller in a very precise sort of position. Or the control stick, I should say, a very precise position. And if you move out of the precise position, then you just stop sliding. But you need to be able to move it in order to change the angle you're going at. So a thing that I need to practice more, evidently. Let's see. Okay, I never got what was behind the waterfall, so I'm gonna grab that. No, I'm gonna skip it. I'm just gonna go straight across. Because the important thing is I get into GTG. Bad angle. Get down. Whoops, that was too much. Okay, I guess we are checking behind the waterfall. Yeah, the good news is I didn't fall in the river, because that would have been extremely annoying. The other good news is I can get back up the top fairly easily. I can just clip out of bounds. But I don't normally fail that trick. That's one of the first like major sequence break tricks that I learned, and so I've had a lot of practice at it. Okay, well that's 42 sculpture tokens, which is a meme, I guess. It's weird to think of like the number 42 being a meme, because you think of memes as being like a relatively recent thing, but I guess they count, or it counts. Is this going to work? I think this is not going to work. I need to do it somewhere else. More of a reference than a meme. I think, I don't know, it's I guess you'd have to ask Richard Dawkins, because he invented the word, but like, what exactly makes a meme is an interesting question, I think. Okay, there we go. Clip out of bounds. And this warps us right back up to the top. And we can try that again. I guess actually the sensible thing to do would be to super slide hover across. Yeah, it's quicker as well. Let's get a good angle. Okay, here we go. Easy peasy. And it's nighttime, so we can check the sculptures here. It's kind of weird. Like I just need. Actually, do I have? Oh yeah, I have scale. So as soon as I find one, there we go. As soon as I find one piece of Triforce, I go back to Child, I warp to Lake Hylia, and I get the underwater item, and then we're done. So this is the downside, I guess, of no, actually, go to Child. The downside of Triforce Hunt is that it tends to end pretty abruptly, or if not abruptly, then like you get a lot of warning that it's going to end. Like I know now the seed is beaten, right? There is a 0% chance that I'm not about to just immediately go and get this last Triforce piece, whereas with like standard, like the settings that I usually use, where I have to, beat 7 dungeons and then go and kill Ganondorf and Ganon, I guess technically you get a lot more warning that the seed is able to be beaten. Like you get into go mode, okay, I have everything I need to be able to beat the seed. But it could be like an hour of finishing up beating dungeons and then going and beating Ganon and Ganondorf. Whereas with Triforce Hunt, it tends to be like, I need one more piece of Triforce and I know where it is, and so I'm just going to go and get it, and that's it. Oh, there we go. I say that because people originally yeah, you did botch that sentence. People originally found the number 42 funny because of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then mimetic mutation happened. Mimetic mutation is surprisingly difficult to say. Okay, so there we go. That is the seed done, and it was done in 2.5 hours, which is kind of quicker than I was anticipating, but also a good time, because I'm tired from work still, and I haven't had my dinner yet. So I think I'm going to look for someone to raid, and then I'm going to go and eat. How do I look for someone to raid? Where is... I forgot to open up the appropriate page on Twitch. Okay, let's raid someone. Who is streaming? Is anyone I'm following streaming? Yes, several people. We're going to raid Vanille. Oh, Vanille just started. Perfect. I have to assume that anyone watching me knows Vanille. If you don't, you're missing out. Vanille is one of my favorite streamers. She's real good. So let's raid into Vinyl. Thank you everybody who stopped by. I know that another reason that I'm glad this stream is ending is because I'm clearly losing my voice. I'm not used to talking this much. Yeah, thanks for everyone who stopped by. Thanks for everyone who stuck around. Thanks to everyone who even just popped in briefly. I always appreciate it. I'm going to try and stream again on the weekend. The reason I'm streaming today is because I wasn't able to stream last weekend. Today is normally when I have my D&D session, but it got cancelled this week because of the usual reasons that D&D sessions get cancelled. So yeah, this weekend I will try and stream again, and hopefully I will see some of you there. It'll probably be another randomizer stream unless I find some game that I'm really excited to play on stream. And maybe I'll try and do a non-Triforce Hunt one, and we'll do a longer stream if I have the energy for it. So yeah, at some point I will sit down and think of a raid message that I can use. But also, yeah, sorry, I just realised. So if you like my cute little single emote, the only one that I have, this was drawn by Vinyl. So yeah, yet another reason that Vinyl is great. Okay, that's enough rambling. Sorry. I'm gonna go now. Have fun with Vinyl, everybody. I know I will be. See you around.